now we have Christine's body, and we have a different configuration here because now you see the imbalance in the floor of the pelvis between the left side and the right side. And you can see right down here the crease in the pant here and the difference of the way it looks here. The line in the middle of the pant is skewed toward this right leg. And if I look deeply in here, I can see that this side of her pelvic floor is dropped lower than this side. When I look down at the musculature and I look all the way down, because of this drop, this hip is starting to roll in and forward, and the flesh, the muscle, the fascia, the connective tissue is rolling inward, causing this knee to roll inward. And if we exaggerate this, her left arch is going to be completely collapsed. Now, if you recall, I talked about elders stooped over in walkers. We didn't get to be a stooped over building automatically when we were 70 or 80 or 90. This collapse happens over years and years and years of muscle raveling over bone, creating distortion and the inability to stand on the leg, and of course creates pain. So you can see, and we've exaggerated her distortion, now this quadricep muscle is much more pronounced than this side because this femur bone, the whole pelvis, is coming forward, pushing the bone into the front of the leg. So now let's start the unraveling process. Let's look in the back first for a moment before we start to unravel this, because this is very telling. Christine as well doesn't have her leg bones in the back body. This leg bone is further back than her left one. Remember, this is the side that's dropped deeply into the inside of that inner thigh, into the groin area. So all of these muscles are being pulled, stretched around, and this side says, well, if she's going that way, then I better keep going this way. And here we have more of that torque where she's not standing on this right leg at all, and she's not really standing on the left leg because her body is completely out of alignment. So in essence, she's not standing on either leg. So while I've exaggerated her position, I want you to see that the progression over years and years and years of what happens to our body and how impossible it gets for a building to stand up. I want Christine's leg bones to be able to release into her back body. So I'm going to come over to her left leg, and in the back, remember our perineal circle, 6 o'clock is right in front of the anus, right in the middle, between perineum, between anus and genitals. So 6 o'clock is right in front of the anus, and she needs to create space from the middle of that circle where the hands of the clock are and draw an imaginary energetic opening line all the way into that 7 o'clock area and allow the peeling, the unraveling to happen. So she sends 12 o'clock straight back and she opens into this quadrant, this corner. And automatically she says, wow, I've come into my back body more, yes? And she feels like she's in her heels. She's not pushing the thigh bones and the leg bones forward. And it's not an easy place to shift to because the proprioception is so skewed She's used to having the leg bones thrust forward. Christine as well has used her body in a very athletic way. She's been a yoga teacher. She's taught Pilates. So she knows about the core work. She knows about freeing the core of the body. So in that left side, next to 12 o'clock, she opens between 12 and 11, and she feels that left arch lift right up. And like the other students, the heel tends to turn in. So she lifts the heel right up off the floor, and try to drop the ball of your big toe down, but just move your heel out to the left. Aha, so that this foot is straighter. Your old pattern is heel goes in. That's it. You got it. That's it. So now you're beginning to release this large group of muscle off the bone. And it's a challenge. It's a challenge to shift body weight. So you open up 6 to 7 to 8, and 6 to 5 and 4, and 1 and 2. Beautiful. And when the back of the perineum looks forward, it moves you into your back body. Now try not to lift the rib cage, and keep opening and taking yourself back further. Aha. It's almost as if you're going to fall backwards, and if you don't use the ball of your toes and extend your leg bones out of your pelvis, you will fall over backwards. Let your arms just release, and now you can see that Christine is much further back in her back body. Do these bones have a further distance to go? These are not straight legs because she's not completely using the psoas muscle, but that's the journey that she's on. So I'm going to ask you to widen your legs apart now. Keep going, keep going. Perfect. Her heels are out a little bit. She'll feel a little bit pigeon-toed. We want to get the awareness on the inner thighs.